Hey, hello, what is up, you guys? Another day, another model of the day. Specifically, number 541. So, yep, here we are. I think I got something pretty special to show you today. I actually got a new book that I'm really enjoying. And, here, let me turn down the music volume a bit. There we go, there we go. Let me turn this down a bit. There we go. Yeah, I got this book called Patented. And, yeah, it's not really specifically any writing, although there are a few blurbs by the author. But what this mostly is a pretty extensive collection of different design patents throughout history. Or at least, through the 19th century. So in the same vein as, 507 Mechanical Movements, I'm hoping to use a resource like this to help me with ideas for CAD Model of the Day. And I did one yesterday. It's pretty good, and I thought that was pretty fun. It looks like Yaya and Deval just showed up, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see what we got in the Discord, which is like over here. Oh, thanks for pulling up the recording, Yaya. I been having a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, thanks for picking up my slack there. So you found the recording of the London user group, which is pretty awesome. It shows me and Danielle talking, but if you're more, you want more technical knowledge, this guy, Dan Wagner, did an awesome presentation about different tech support cases he had, throughout his years of service. So, very good. It's a very good watch. I recommend it. So yeah, that's there. Oh yeah, I did shout out Yaya there. It's hard not to talk about Yaya's animations when it comes to, someone who's really passionate about, SolidWorks stuff. So couldn't help that. Hey, Melectrica's here. Hi, how's it going? And looks like Virus watching the Too Tall Toby tournament. Looks like some people using Inventor 2022 doing pretty well. I did not get to catch it. I was pretty busy today, but I will be watching the VOD probably just to see who won. But I think this is good. If Inventor's coming out with good stuff, competition does breed excellence, I think. So hopefully SolidWorks will, fire back with something pretty cool, or, let's see. Yaya saying, quick animation debate, resolution versus frame rate or FPS. If you have to choose one at the expense of the other, which will you go for? Please include your reasons too. This is a very good question. And I will say for my animations, it really depends on what the actual where the product ends up, pretty much. Which website, are you trying to host it on a Discord server? I usually use MP4 format, which I've discussed previously. And for most things, I'm able to get basically most of my animations are square, but the length of it is 1080 pixels by 1080, which is like one side of 1080p at 60 frames per second, and I can post that most places where I'm going, where I want to post that animation. But then again, most of my animations are usually 5 seconds or shorter, so a 5-second animation MP4, 60 frames per second at 1080p ish. That's usually what I go for. It works most of the time. Although there are some parts where I do have to sacrifice one for the other. So this is still a very good question. So if I'm trying to reach a target file size, the first thing I would start to sacrifice is frame rate. And this isn't like a hard and fast rule. It's more like a rule of thumb. It obviously depends on what the animation is themselves, but usually 60 frames per second can be pretty excessive at times. Like, it looks really nice, but a lot of people don't even notice a difference between, for example, 30 and 60 frames per second. So what I would do first is take 60 frames per second, drop that down to 30. And that, in theory, should have the file size, because it's literally half the frames. But, weird packaging and compression will, change things around. If I need to push it down even further, I will go to 24 frames per second. I won't go any lower than that most of the time. There are exceptions, and I'll get to that in a second. But usually, if I want my animation to look good as possible, 24 frames per second is usually the frame rate of like cinema movies and TV shows. So people are very used to that. But any lower than that, and it really starts to get choppy. So after going down to 24, and I still need to shed some data, I guess you could say, then I start making the video size smaller. So I'll drop from that 1080, I'll try 720, or down to like 360 p dimensions. Though for YouTube, so let me show you something here. I go to this and go to my community page, which, by the way, I do post my finished CAD models of the day, so they should be floating around on YouTube here and there. But you'll notice that there are some animations, or at least let's go to one that I've done. Man, has it been that long since I've animated something? Oh no, here we go. So here's one. So you see how it took a little bit of time to come in? So YouTube, at least when you're doing community posts, it's pretty lenient with how big those files can be. The problem is, the bigger the file, the longer you have to wait for it to actually come in. And people tend to have short attention spans when they're scrolling through social media. So I really try and make the animation as skinny as possible. MP4 isn't possible for YouTube community posts unless you're linking to a YouTube video or something like that, but I like them to appear in the community posts. Basically the specs for this is 512 pixels by 512 pixels and 15 frames per second. So you could see it's pretty choppy, but just to have it there as like a record, just so you can look at it, it's like, oh, he did a thing today. I think it gets that done pretty well. But yeah, that's my input into it, at the very least. But yeah. So Yaya likes that frame rate. But yeah, I think it's very situational, and you gotta balance it, I think. Let's see. Virus says, for me, depends if I need to submit it for school, and the teacher did not mention an animation. But I'll go high res, but 5 to 6 frames per second. That's pretty extreme, and call it a 360 view. But if an animation is demanded, min 30 frames per second locked. Yes, very situational, but mostly I don't have that many issues with it. So if I go to this, this is one of the CAD models of the day that I did. If you put it at MP4, let's read properties. So this is, 60 frames per second, 1080p. It barely reaches 5 megabytes, which is, at least sharing in Discord, it's very comfortable. It very comfortably within the 8 megabyte file limit. Though I know Yaya likes to do those longer animations, so then I would do those steps. But yeah, it's good stuff. Internet connection issue, so I'll be way behind the live stream. At least I'm still watching. No worries, dude. You're here, and that's all that matters. Share your work. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we saw this before. That's the like the balls dropping animation. Yep, that. Still amazing. I want to do some research on WebP and
how much you could compress your work. But I recall you mentioning this, Yaya, but he was saying, well, I was making a new icon for my biggest C++ project ever, 2048. Thought I'd make an animation for it. Why? Because why not? That's a good reason, dude. Here, that gets a Sato. There we go. So I made 2 versions. Check them out and vote for the one you like the most by reacting to it. As for the game itself, you can download it. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I don't know about you, but I think I like the first animation. Well, let's actually watch both. I like spoiled your guys' opinions, but let's watch. That's number 1, and this is number 2. So I like number 1, and the reason why is that I really like the dwell that you get to actually see 2048 without any motion, so you can actually kind of look at it and grasp what it is. And then it starts spinning to get your attention, which I think is very cool. Whereas this, like, it never really settles down. But then again, you could argue that's a good thing, keeps your attention. But, in terms of, like, ease of reading, it's like when the 2's forward, the 4's backwards and stuff like that. So I like number 1. But that's just my opinion. I'm definitely not a graphic designer. It's like that meme that's like oops, the book fell. The graphic design is my passion. Yes, let's take a look. Yeah, this is me. This is me. Oh god. Link, open image in new tab, dude. Yeah, this is me. Graphic design is my passion. Well, yeah. Hey, Alessio's here. What's going on, dude? Good to see you here. We're talking about Yaya's project that he's doing. Here, maybe we can download this. Let's see. I want to play. Ooh, Mediafire. Sus. I trust you. Oh, save file. Alright, I swear to God, Yaya, if this bricks my computer. Run anyway. Let's do it. AVGs. Oh, I see. And then we can combine. Oh, not bad, dude. That's kind of cool. So let's get the 8. So, oh, where'd it go? Hey. There we go. I was trying to resize it, and all of a sudden, AVG attacked it. Can we get this? Oh. Yeah, but if you don't know... Here, let me get more neutral background. Yeah, if you don't know 2048, it's a sliding puzzle when you try to basically slide these together. If 2 of the same number appears, then they combine, and the idea is to get it to, well, 2048. Very functional, by the way. This is especially for doing this in C++. This is very good. Okay, got 32. I'm not very good at this game, by the way. Okay, I got 64 there. Okay, well, I'm probably not going to get to 2048. I've done it a couple times, but, more luck than anything. But yeah, good stuff, Yaya. Really enjoy that. So yeah, that's all for the Discord for right now. So of course, if you're not part of the Discord already, here, I will give you guys the link. Love to see you in. There you go. And remember, when you come in, there's a couple of rules. Nothing too steep. It's just be nice to each other and don't steal stuff. Is really the main two headlines. But if you click on the teapot, all the other channels will appear, and you'll be into the coolest Discord server in the world. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and launch SOLIDWORKS here, and while it does that, I'm gonna pick my model of the day from this list. This thing's been pretty cool. You know, it's definitely been very helpful to select a couple of things, to select really just to help with ideas, because it's been the toughest part. I was looking at a couple of things. Looking at a rocking chair right now. Yeah, it's gone from like, you know, hard to pick ideas all the way to I don't know which ones to pick. But what really caught my eye today was I don't know why my stream had a little bit of a stroke, but here we go. There is this cocktail shaker in the shape of a penguin, and I feel very compelled to model it. So now that I've selected my my target, something that I'm gonna do to help me out here. So let's go back to main stage. Where did my SOLIDWORKS thing go? It popped up here. But before I do that, I'm actually just gonna pull up the patent on my computer here, because it'll be easier to show you guys. unless you're saying LOL, this thing was patented. But actually though, there's a lot of strange designs here that I'm, you know, it will make its way into model of the day, I'm sure. A lot of very strange things. But I like this penguin a lot. So let's go to USPTO. Let's just Google that. That is the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. And let's go for the patent search. Search for patents. Yeah, this system is very archaic, so it can kind of be tricky. So hopefully this doesn't take me too long to find it, which is, you know, kind of sad to say, because I literally have the patent number right here. So let's go for a quick search here. And this is a design patent, so I'm going to type in D101559. Please come up. It didn't come up. I might have to switch to this. Yeah, because this was patented in 1936. Oh, go away. Insulated beverage bottle. I think it's this. Hello? And then click images. Yep, we found it. There we go. Look how beautiful it is. Let's go full pages. And cocktail shaker or similar article. So you can't make a penguin bottle and say, this is not a cocktail shaker, it's a bottle. You know, it's covered. Let's see. Wow, that's quite the way to begin a document, huh? Be it known that I, Emil A. Schulk, a citizen of the United States residing at Meriden in the county of New Haven and state of Connecticut, have invented a new, original, and ornamental design for a cocktail shaker or similar article, of which the following is a specification reference to being had to the accompanying drawing, forming part thereof. That is quite the that's quite the way to start a document. Hey, Uzair's here. He was here last time, and actually, you reminded me, because I was actually able to see your design. So, you know, to fill you in, CAD model of the day number. Let me go to my Instagram. I forget already. Let's go to the profile. This one. Yeah, this was CAD model of the day number 537. Was this glue gun? So Uzair actually modeled his own. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Just gonna go to your profile. But yeah, you did a great job. Can I see these any bigger? Image in new tab. There we go. That works. I really like what you did with the texture there. I really like that. It's like a rubber grip mat kind of texture. Goes very well with that orange. Very like industrial look. Yeah, there's a rendering, very good. But yeah, you did a really great job on this, man. Yeah, bravo. Yeah, you pretty much nailed the shape, especially this transition. Very, very good. So yeah, that's Uzair's work. Very good. All right. Back to the patent. That's interesting. They actually give orthographic views, which is very helpful. All right, so let's go ahead. Download. Yes, I want to do that. And let's go ahead and throw that in the actual model of the day folder. If I can find it. Penguin cocktail shaker. I probably shouldn't have put such an awkward pause on that one word, but whatever. Too late now. We'll drop the PDF right there. Additionally, let's open the PDF and let's take a couple of screenshots because I can actually trace this in SolidWorks, you know, very easily enough. Oh, Alessio in Discord. Real photo of the penguin. Here, let's take a look. Let's go here. Oh. Oh, that's so cool. Wow, great detective work, man. I didn't even know an actual physical specimen existed. This is not a very good picture of it, though. It's like really tough to make the outline, but that is very fascinating. $3,000? Are you seeing this right now? Someone made a bird-shaped cocktail shaker and got $3,000 out of it. Oh my god. Oh, it also gives the dimensions, which is pretty nice. But wow, that is a little nutty. Crazy. Oh my gosh. And oh my gosh, if they give me this, like I'd be surprised if it got even a couple $100. Like these are US dollars, I assume. Yeah, being sold in the USA. 1936. So literature. If this was never sold, then this is probably the prototype instance of this cocktail shaker, which is maybe it's like the only one of its kind. Which, you know, then again, I kind of understand why it would be so expensive. But very helpfully, it gives the overall size. Sham saying, "What's up, bro? What you making today?" Yeah, a bird-shaped cocktail shaker. I got this book that just like has a bunch of patents in it. So I was just looking around for some funny ones, and I just felt like doing this one today. I don't think it'll be that hard. I think making the beak is going to be very interesting. But yeah, alright, where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to take some screenshots. New. Let's save that. as front. So that's one. Can you give a shout out to my man Ivan? Are you talking about Ivan the Reasonable? I heard about the CAD contest today. I wasn't able to see it. Here, maybe I'll dip into Toby's channel to see at least who the winner was, so I can give him a congratulations. Let's see. Let's go here. 2. Tall. Toby. 3 hours long. Ooh. Very good. So it wasn't Ivan, but man, I really need to I really need to watch this. Yeah, very cool. Oh yeah. Alright, so anyway, going back to this, we have our penguin. Our penguin. Penguin is such a weird word. Alright, let's do this. We get a new document. And allow us to do this. I'm just going to draw like a scale line. 12 1/4, like that. Okay, so I don't need the book anymore because I've found my model for today. Scale line, we'll just leave that alone. We're gonna bring in a sketch picture. And just bring in the front. Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think I'll make the feet this thin. Oh, that's interesting. 12 inches from the top of the beak or to the top of the head? I would assume it's the top of the head. Let's place this like that. Alright, so we'll just leave that. This is a front. Oh, front pick. There we go. Small 2048 hint on Discord in case you want a better user experience. Alright, let me check it out real quick. Yeah, maybe I'll play a little bit. Oh yeah, Risky saying $3,000. I was floored. You can zoom. Resizes according to your system, not mine. I can play around with that after I'm done with the model of the day. Yep, I'm that late in the show. Oh, no worries, dude. You know, something you could... Yeah, I know it's a little bit goofy when like the YouTube thing gets out of sync. Sometimes you can like click live and sometimes it'll try and zoom you to when it currently is. That's pretty close. So, you know, there's the beak. And we also got to take with a grain of salt that... Here, make it a little bit shorter. You know, take with a grain of salt that, you know, these are presumably hand-drawn. I mean, with the utmost care, I assume. So it probably needs to be a bit shorter. So I would expect some level of accuracy. Actually, what I did was I lined up this feature together so we can see it as seen from the front and as seen from the side. And I think this is enough, honestly. I wonder why the sketch is underdefined if it just has a sketch picture like this one. Whatever. Let's rename to side pick. And again, this is probably very redundant. Let's bring in that top. So that needs to rotate by 270, I think. No, 90. Yeah, actually, I don't think I can really get an accurate size. So this ring that we're seeing out here is that feature here. Yeah, this is kind of overkill. You know what? I'm just going to leave that and then suppress it. If in the eventuality that I do need the top pick, you know, I already have it loaded in, and I'll just unsuppress it and then do stuff with it. Hey, if I want this image, how can I get it? Well, I could probably just message you on LinkedIn for one, but I think more usefully, you know, what you can do is search for the patent, which I'll really quickly show you how to do again. Yeah, or I can just give you... Yeah, you know what? I think I'll message you the PDF this on LinkedIn, since, you know, I think you and I have each other on LinkedIn, or if not, that is very easy to fix. Or if you're in the Discord. I'm not sure if you're in the Discord yet, but hey, it's Garlic. What's going on, dude? We're doing a silly model today. And let's do... What if I posted it in Cat Exercise Library? That'd be kind of a meme, though. I'm just gonna post it in general. Instagram. Alright. Best way to reach you. I might have to do it after this stream. So far, so good. Yeah, or the additionally, like, if you want to like follow along, I will be. Let's see. Can I do this without splines? Because if I can do this without splines, that means I could easily fully define. Sham's asking, what is your favorite movie? That's a good question. It's kind of this thing that just, you know, changes throughout the year, throughout the years. You know what I will say right now, like right now, Guardians of the Galaxy like really stick out. I really enjoyed that movie. Yeah, but I'm not like a huge movie buff or anything like that. Actually, let me check something here, guys. One moment. Let me check. All right, thanks for bearing with me. Sorry about that. Just checking a message. All right, we are with a penguin. Who's your favorite artist? Another great question. And I guess if you're talking about music artists, again, that is like something that especially as someone who studied music himself, is like my music tastes are very. I guess you could say I have a lot of weird music tastes, and just like generally like very open-minded. Let's put it that way. I listen to just about anything, but I guess like again, someone who like really sticks out. I was gonna say because I'm a guitar player, so I really like Chet Atkins. When I'm trying to like focus and think about and just kind of like focus on work, his music like really puts me in the zone. Yeah, I'm just gonna take care of this with the spline. Can I? Yeah, I don't know why that was so tough for me to answer. Yeah, I also like rock music a lot too, and for that, I really like this band called the Wonder Years. Oh, so those are connected. That's good. Okay, so that spline is going pretty well. I'm actually thinking of actually drawing this whole curve with a spline and just ignoring this feature for right now, because I could do that with a surface. I could do that with many other ways. So I just deleted that. So with splines, you click on the hills and valleys. So you start here. This is like a big hill. That's kind of like a valley. That's a hill. And directly at the top there, that's a valley. Then you adjust the ends. Like that. How can I change the text position for dimensions in a sketch? I want to change the leaders, but I know how to change the leaders, but only when I select them individually. I think that's document properties. So what you have to do, you go into your gear here, go to document properties, and I believe you go to dimensions, and for the actual display, I think that's here somewhere. Oh, I guess it's this. Or this is for dual dimensions specifically. But basically the same things you change in the individual, you would change them here. They have like the same things. But then what you have to do is that document properties only apply to this document. So you have to save out, you would save a template. So you go save as and part template. And then you would just have to use the template. And that's how you would go about doing that. Alright, so this leader needs to be a lot longer. It's going pretty good, I think. This needs to be horizontal. Yeah, no problem, garlic. That's actually a very common question I got, so I had like the answer already. Free garlics for me, yes. Living the life now. I'm gonna turn this into a style spline. Oops. Oh, I missed. I missed that click. What is that showing? Minimum curvature? Minimum radius? Yeah, we know. So this point, I think we can get rid of it. Make it a bit simpler. Yeah, that doesn't need to be there. Yeah, and I don't think I'm gonna make it like perfect. It doesn't have to be a perfect outline. And we'll do the dimension of that. And I'll probably model it as a solid and shell later. Yeah, so with this revolve, that's basically most of the part there. And what I'd like to do is make it transparent. And by making it transparent, I, for some reason, made it hide. I'm not sure if that... Oh no, I guess... Yeah, I guess the transparent is just that transparent. I think we could probably do the eyes with a dome, but I'm thinking about how to do these beaks. I think I got away. Alright, so what I think I'll do here... We're going to trace that out first. On the right plane. And just bring that like all the way, like out here. Yes, Alessio. There's going to be specifically a boundary. Wait, I have a feeling I should do this. Let me fix this spline. Too many thoughts. And I'll show you why. Bam's saying I was thinking loft with guide curves, then shell. Yep, I mean that's the technique, but I'm going to use boundary specifically. Let's do that. And Matthew saying, did you get a chance to watch any of Toby's challenges? No, I didn't. In short, I had a little woodworking project that I'm working on that, I had to do some stuff for today, so I was unfortunately not able to see it live. I'll definitely watch the VOD later because it's, super good. People in the Discord were clamoring about how awesome, some of the stuff was. So I'll just leave that as is. Alright, so we got 2 guide curves. Yeah, so I think I'm going to model the 2 beaks, together, then split, and then with a fillet, I think I could get the basically make the look of the beaks that are, separate. Let's hide that side pick. And what I think we can do, we'll grab the front plane, which just needs to go, has to go through the two guide curves. Might even get another plane. So I'm not even 100% sure if what I'm about to do will work, but we'll see. But I do want to show something cool about boundary boss. I did all of that without saving. Huh. All right. Penguin. Heard it was pretty exciting though. So I sketched on plane 1, you see it there, and we're gonna pierce to them. So pierce, it needs to be pierced because coincident treats this as like a line and will let the ellipse that I just sketched will slide around. Just do that. Then I'm gonna draw on the second plane. Let's get another ellipse and grab one of these points here. I'm gonna pierce them. It sets the orientation. All right. So I think we got something going on here. Now I'm gonna get a boundary boss. So if I go from here to here, and then for direction 2, pick that, and then pick this. So normally with Loft, you would get a result like this, but Boundary has the ability to actually extend it all the way. So I didn't have to, get planes at weird angles to try and accommodate these 2 points. So actually what I'll even do, let me just suppress Boundary and show all these sketches again. So I'll show that versus Loft. So if I do a Loft, so I could say from here to here, and with the guide curves, go from here and here. You see, you just get like the middle part. It ignores like the extra bit of the spline, which, sometimes you want. But I wanted to extrapolate that ellipse shape through basically to the end of the guide curves. And as you can see, there's basically no options to change that. But Boundary, being awesome, by default, it like extends it like all the way. And then only if you want, you can trim to the direction 1. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that is like a special superpower that really only Boundary possesses. Oh, I probably should have just left it as its own body. But that's looking pretty good. Honestly. What happens if I... Yeah, I definitely need to unmerge that. Yeah, I just wanted to, see if I could incorporate Boundary. Because I did get that question one of the streams, and it's like one of those, definitely like one of those things that's tough to explain. I don't know, it doesn't look so bad. Well, that's actually pretty close. Yeah, so you see, I kind of like imagine where the virtual sharp would be and put the guide curve all the way there. I might just have to make this smaller, actually. Oh yeah, that's like right on the money now. When Boundary works, it's nuts. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes it can be, kind of tricky to get to work. But for this, so we should have 2 bodies, and that is true. I need to make this round. I will attempt to... What will I attempt to do? Delete face, but delete and fill, tangent fill. Let's see what that wants to do. Hey, it's not bad. Not bad at all. For basically not really having to put any input. I bet I could even control that by grabbing this. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that, but that was kind of cool. Whoa. All right, let's actually, let me hide these. And then play around with the beak. Thick beak. Skinny beak. On a scale of woodpecker to duck, how do you like your beak? Yeah, Instant 3D is pretty cool. I think it does need to be a little bit thinner though. I'll give it that 4375. Let me hide those sketches. All right, save. And let's turn both of these transparent again. I think that was working pretty good. Now let's go to the side view. And now the plan is to split the beak in 2 into its respective halves with a sketch on the right plane. Oops. I need to hide those planes away. They're annoying me. There we go. So you can see there's the tip of the beak there. Let's get yet another spline. I think a two-point spline will work. Something like that. And let's see if we can't split this body. Oops, cut. So there should be 2. And consume is off. So you get something like that. But now what I should be able to do is fillet. So you see the fillet? So that's 1, and we can run the command again. That actually worked really well, I think. Not bad at all. But what I'm thinking of doing now, honestly, I do want to try and fix this kind of joint here, and I do have an idea that I do want to try. So let's roll this all the way back up to when the boundary just started existing, so right here. I want to see if I grab this as a surface, so offset surface of 0, so that's copy surface. What if I say replace face? So this with the surface offset. Self-intersecting, great. Let's hide the revolve. Let's bring this. Maybe because it's a periodic face, meaning that it loops back on itself. Well, then again, it's really not. It's just one contiguous surface. replace. Replace this, oops, with this, please. Didn't like it. I mean, alternatively, you know, what's basically the same thing if I just do like a move face. Oh, that'll do it. You see that, guys? Replace face doesn't work because it tries to delete this face and patch it up with this surface here. It doesn't work because when it extends this surface, it never meets up with that face. It keeps going on to infinity. So that's why replace face is failing. Here, let me save this. I might just edit the guide curve. So this, maybe just like over here. And now it's completely inside. Thinking. Cut with surface. I mean, if I want to, you know, because I'm lazy and don't want to delete the surface when I'm done with it, might do a I wonder why thickened cut's not available. It's because I have this hidden? Yep, alright. Thickened cut. So I need it to this side. Feature scope. Only this. So now we should have this beak that perfectly contours to that. So this feature should fail. That is to be expected. Missing face 1. Well, you're now this one. It's not completing. That's a bad sign. Oh, I guess preview is off. Yeah, that's looking a lot better though. Delete face. I forget what I did that for. Oh yeah, for the little tip. Then you sketch, then split. That works just fine. Fill it. No errors. Amazing. Yeah, that looks a lot better now. All right. I think our penguin needs some eyes, so let's do that. Again with the... I think the way I'm going to do this... Yeah, let's sketch. Again, that's the wrong plane. On the right plane. Sorry, it's been a long day for me, guys. Alright, just doing my best. Yes, yeah, my focus isn't as sharp as it usually is. Alright, just needs a location. Okay. So now that I have my sketch there, I'll untransparent that. And then say, I was gonna do a, well, I guess project curve or split line would be most appropriate, I think, because this is an orthographic view. Yes. So this on this. I guess double direction can work. Why not? And that's actually view, display, phantom. So there's our eyes. I'll just apply a dome. like how it's doming though, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't like that very much. Because it's just like bulging all in the middle. It's trying to be tangent. It's not really giving me the option. If I just feed something to this box. No, it's not digging it. So I don't think dome's going to help us here. Yeah, what I think will help us is surfacing. So if I take that offset of 0 means copy. And I take that and then I say thicken. Not that much. Maybe a little more than that. There we go. Uncheck merge. And let's just work on a fillet here to make this look not like Garbo. Let's do an asymmetric fillet. The first radius, which is the thickness, will be the 50 thousandths. And then radius 1, which is the top one, will be a little bit more than that. Let's do 0.2. There we go. Box is in the way. 0.25. Too much. Let's back that off a little bit. That's much better. You know, it gets more of like, almost like a water droplet on a surface kind of deal. So what does, and also now that this is a separate body, I can mirror and combine eventually. So with that being said, so it definitely looks like a cut of some kind on this. So what I'm going to try and do here, yeah, this is like drawn in profile. Here, I'm just going to draw an underdefined circle because I just want to test something. I'll come back to this sketch. Don't tell Toby. If I wrap that circle on these faces and I want to deboss by 20 thousandths, I'm getting a preview, which is pretty good. Oh. Well, shoot. Yeah, I'm not even sure if that's gonna work. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. So let's just get rid of that. So I'm just gonna draw the eye exactly as I see here. Basically do the same thing. Basically split line, copy surface, and then a thicken cut to make that little thing there. I might have to give this a size because it's just being really annoying. $30. What about you? 2.5. There we go. And then now I should be able to move that without it going all wiggly on me. go. And then I should be able to split line into these faces. And then I just thought of something here. I need to simplify this face. So before I do the split line, what if I ran a delete and patch on that? Delete and patch. Okay, well, never mind. I'll just leave it as is then. Yeah, so I didn't get this like weird splitty face, but you know, you could still do it the same, just more clicks. So those two, and then with that surface, oh, it's hiding. That surface, thicken cut. See if we can't get at least 20 thousandths. Looks like it needs to be deeper though. 40 thousandths. There we go. And you know that'll clean up when I turn tangent edges off. That's looking pretty okay. Yeah. So I don't think there's really well there's actually a handle. I lied. So that's that handle as shaped from the side versus, let's see the front. That's the handle as seen from the front. So it looks like, yeah, that is like tack welded onto the side. So yeah, let's do that. So the easiest way, you know, don't even need any surfacing from this, although you could do it that way. You will need a spline though, so I'm just going to trace that out with a spline. That part looks straight. I might have to use a straight line there. So maybe like that. If I'd waited a few days to see this, I would have got a much better score in my surfacing. Well, that's the thing. It's like it's hard to tell when you're ready for that exam. I failed the surfacing the first time I took it. Yeah, but you know that feeling of like, oh yeah, I wish I would have done that. You know, stays with you a lot longer when you've when you failed an exam like that. Not saying that you should fail an exam in order to get better. Like that's not it at all. But it really does, like, you know, it really makes it more memorable. Yeah, let me bring this body. I wonder if I could make this coincident to that. It is screwing up my spline a little bit, but it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. And this is going inside, so good thing I checked. So get that out of here. I really should be doing like a tangent or something like that. That to this, tangent. There we go, and I could just dimension the overall height, which really wants to be 7, it would seem. Oh, but not really, because, yeah, you gotta be mindful of what surface you start out from. So you see I'm tracing the inside surface, which inconspicuously transforms into the outside. So let me fix that. You know, I want to be consistent here. There we go. So the inside stays on the inside because I'm going to basically thicken this outward. Well, not thicken. What I will do, let's get a center line. I will do a thin revolve. So grabbing that center line, I have that sketched out. Features, revolve. Sketch is currently open. Would you like to close the sketch? No. And I don't need the whole thing, but I do need kind of a lot. I will say, for example, mid-plane and 180. So that looks excessive, but you know, I'm gonna draw a sketch and trim it from the side. They're saying, can we all agree SolidWorks is better than Fusion? I really do prefer SolidWorks, but Fusion has a couple, a lot of good stuff going for it. Especially for students and stuff like that. And I've seen people do a lot with it. I got my preferences, but yeah, I've seen people do cool stuff with Fusion. I guess is all I'm saying. Yeah, welcome to the stream, by the way. I hope you're having a good time as we're modeling this penguin cocktail shaker. But yeah, as far as this goes, I need to make this transparent. So that's the eye. Oh, it's a split line that I need to hide. So there we go. Let's grab a sketch on the right plane. Actually, let me save. Save. Now a sketch on the right plane. So it looks like it didn't match it up 100% perfectly. But I'll leave that as is. Nothing too bad over here. But what I will have to do is kind of translate this shape and make sure it kind of reaches all the way down. It's 1 a.m. in the UK, so I'll probably crash soon. Oh, no worries, dude. I know lots of people from the UK, and yeah, it's pretty late over there. I really appreciate you dropping by. We'll start there, and I'm actually gonna go all the way down here, and back up, and maybe something like that. So it's going to be a little bit more stretchy than the original fin, but I'm going to see if I can try and make it, kind of have the same character. Do something like that. I think this point needs to move down here. Yeah, so I can push up this way. Loop back down here. Keep the streams coming. Oh, I plan to. Yeah, if you like the streams, there's a lot more of this on the way. I stream 3 times a week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Yeah, I really enjoy the raw, just see how a SolidWorks person just works, because there is so many prepared lessons out there for SolidWorks that you can get, but I think there's something to be said for skills of what happens when your idea doesn't work, what happens when this feature doesn't work, and you just see my thought process of working through that. I think that's just very valuable. Okay, so I might not have a perfect contour going on, but I can select contour, flip side to cut, and let's do it through all both, and only select that partially revolved body. And what we should be left with, if I take out that, is a perfectly shaped penguin flipper. I might even let's grab a fillet, see if we can't get this one back here. And because it's revolved, you can see it's actually following the curvature of the piece. I really like how this is coming out. We're almost done. I can go ahead and mirror right now, I think. Bodies to mirror this in the eye. Yeah, and basically same technique for the little penguin flipper for the I guess the handle here. Oh, and I guess I will need the top eventually because the top has the information of how the base is done. But we'll get to that in a sec. Because right now I need... What body is this again? Split line? There we go. Hide that. Oh, that's interesting. He doesn't... Well, of course he doesn't show it from the back. Because it's only the front. Because it's only the front, so if I flip it to the other side, the sketch picture is still the front. And... Let me look back at the patent. Yeah, he actually does not show that... Oh, no, he does. So it's like a rectangular spout. Yeah, I think it's time to actually bring in the... Yeah, it's time to bring in the top view. I do need it. So... Let me see if I can just reorder this to go down here so I don't really disturb anything else. Because what is also helpful is now that I have solid bodies, you know, I can just adjust the size of this thing such that it matches. Like that. And it turns out the beak, yeah, the beak appears to be wider than I modeled it. That looks pretty good though. I'll leave that as is. But as far as the beak goes, what I can do is just widen that boy out with Instant 3D. Yeah, that's closer. And everything's still happy. So as you can see, once you get a lot more comfortable with your techniques, except that looks like garbage for some reason. I was about to say, when you get more comfortable with your techniques, a lot of the stuff becomes more like automatic. So what happens here? So split, that works. Okay, so fillet fails. Boy, why are you stopping there? There we go. I think that'll fix it. Fillet 3, does that do the same thing? No, that one completes just fine. So going down all the way. So now the profile matches the one in the patent. Save. Oh, it's just Month. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming to the stream, dude. So now, again, basically going to do the same thing where I sketch on this right plane here. Sorry, where was I? Sketch on the right plane. We're just going to trace that out. So it's like, you know, it's really amazing. Like once you get very comfortable with spline sketching, you know, the things you can really do with SolidWorks is amazing. And spline sketching's, you know, relatively not that difficult to master. I mean, it could be very tricky when you start off, but to master, gross. Let me see if I have any better luck with a style spline. Yeah, I just when I was going to, saying stuff about being proficient with splines, I have my first problems. Well, at least this model. First problem is this model. Tangent. Very gross. I might do like a proxy, actually. So I might get like a center line, because it's getting a little confused about which part of the spline to make tangent. So I might make this center line tangent. Yeah, this is getting a little tough to see. I do apologize. But now I should be able to make this spline I want this part to match up with this tangent. There we go. So you can see it's starting to, not a perfect match for the patent, but I do want it to touch. 1.6. Oh gosh, no. 1.6. Can try and drive this. Oh, that needs to be horizontal. There we go. Can drive that up a little bit. This needs to come down. Should probably get that stapled. 7.31. Make this horizontal. Should be able to drag this out. Drag this straight out. I might need an extra vertex here, so I'll insert a control vertex. So now this needs to back off. Okay. Not bad. And let me just do a couple more things. So with the angle, 6.6, you know, be pretty exact with that. And basically the same thing with the penguin flipper. Instead of just, I could just do a thin extrude, but I will throw down a center line and do a revolve instead. Hit no to this question. I can say mid plane 180. Don't merge. And now this is going to be a little tricky, but you know, it's fine nonetheless. I can sketch on the top plane, get a center rectangle, and this just has to be larger than the part we're trying to cut, but I do need it to be the same width. So you see, well, it could stand to be a little bit narrower, maybe like that. There you go. And I'll just make this arbitrarily long. Should be able to bring that back, and now I can say with that sketch, extrude cut through all, flip side to cut, and only affect this body. Cannot locate end of feature. Maybe through all both? Wow, interesting. It did not like that. I'm pretty sure I have all the things right. That's so interesting. Cannot locate end of feature, as if it's doing. So, you know, just for funsies, what if I just change both of them to blind? 12 and 12 the other way. So that's like a really, you know, potato way of doing flip side to cut through all. I just wanted to see if that works. Okay, so that it does look like that was an end constraint problem. That's very interesting. What if I change it? Just say through all both. No, it fails. That is super weird. Honestly, I don't really know why it's doing that. And this is throwing an error for some reason. But it's actually not giving the what's wrong decal. Okay, so this is weird, so I'm going to save. Because when SOLIDWORKS starts doing weird stuff, it might try and quit. You know what I mean. Rebuild and it's gone. Alright, whatever. Not think this too hard. So we are getting pretty close to the end. Oh, look at it. It looks really good. We're still missing the yeah, we're still missing the ring. And actually what I'll do, let's bring this front back. Well, do I want to split it first? No, I should do the feet first and then split, because I can split, shell, and then do this little ring. This is looking very cool though. All right. Oh wait, I can't see the feet from this view. What? Bro. Well, we're just gonna have to, kind of guess on the look of it here. Oops. Oh, but that works. Wow, I don't think I've had a part in a while that has used 4 sketch pictures. Feet. Yeah, so if anyone wants to know, I have feet pics now. Don't take that out of context. Sketch. Yeah, and I'm really gonna have to take a wild guess at the size. Here, let me just put that there. I need to hide that top. And I'm just gonna try and visually compare between the patent drawing and, kind of scaling it till it looks right. Don't really have any other choice here. Whoops. Any other choice in the matter? So let's paste this picture in. Not really sure where it went. Here it is. I think the feet are too big. Or at least what I have here. So actually including this one, we have 5 pictures in this one file. It's a little crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna disable the scale tool because it's not really helpful. I just kind of have to maybe a little smaller. Oh my god, wait, so who gave me this picture again? To Alessio. I can't believe I already forgot that, but, Alessio, if you didn't find this, I would have to guess at the profile of the feet. I think that's looking pretty good, though. Here, let's just delete. Don't really want it anymore. So top, let's sketch. And oh, I snapped onto something. Is that okay? Yeah. I like to be safe and just make sure I define it on my own. Yeah, number one source of frustration is unintentional snaps. to do this? I kind of want to try do it in one big old spline, which is not the best idea, but I want to see how far I can push my spline controlling skills. Start here, there, maybe point there, point, 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 point. What's the point? There we go. So let's see how I do with this. Horizontal. So I notice that that doesn't really. So I might have to make that a tick longer. Make this a tick longer. There we go. So that is horizontal. This needs to be horizontal as well, but with very little influence. Remember, horizontal meaning when it mirrors over, that curve is smooth. Okay. Let's bring this down here and change its influence. Oh, gross. That's not going to be good. Not bad. Oh, we're basically there. Man, I forgot how amazing splines are for a second. Though this is looking a little crinkly here. I might back this point all the way out here. And less influence from you. That looks like it, honestly. Mirror. Call it a day. Do that, and then do that. And hide. Oh, it's looking so good. Save. What now? Let's bring back the front pick. Hide that. How do I want to split this? Actually, I might have a way to split it and actually make this geometry, like that, this ring at the same time. So I'm gonna draw the profile. Whoops, that's the wrong plane, I apologize. Again, long day. Front. And it's one of those things I'm going to overbuild. Make sure that that is centered about the origin, that it has the correct height, which looks like it's tending to 1/2 inch there. And the offset looks like being 7.625, maybe a little bit more. There we go. And what it can do, actually not to, disturb this surface. Wait, don't I I made a grievous error. I need that surface, but I actually consumed it with the cut thicken a long time ago. I don't really want to go back in the tree, so I'm just going to copy another one. Yeah, not very efficient, but definitely more direct, I would say. Surfaces. Offset. This. And I want to trim surface. Standard with this. We're going to keep that. So I should have a band like a ring-shaped surface like that, I will thicken that in both directions. By how much? Good question. Let's try 60 thousandths. We're going to uncheck merge results. So we should have this thing. Very good, very good. I am going to now indent into this penguin, which is still solid, by the way. I never shelled it yet, or I haven't shelled it yet. We're going to make a little cavity for it. Okay. So hiding that away, we get this. And now for the split, I'll take this face and go to the split command, because you can actually use faces to split. Trim tools, face 1, selected bodies, just the big one, cut. And it was able to successfully cut them, which is great. Great news for us. Okay. It's a bit of a strange conical face, but you know, that will go away once we shell here. So if I shell, you know, I don't know the thickness of a cocktail shaker, so I'm just gonna put it at 1/16 of an inch, 0.0625. That looks to have worked there. And for this now, shell with the same settings. Oh, that looks super weird, like a disembodied face. And now bringing these back, I can combine the ring with the top half. So now when I do that, we get this. So we get this protrusion, but you can see that it actually slips into the bottom half. So I think that's pretty good. To make it look a little better, let's fillet that. Let's see if we can't get the features to merge too, like the little face features. This thing looks really good though. Combine. So let's see if we can't just combine the top half into one, so there should be two bodies. Does that work? It seems to have succeeded, and because we were so meticulous with the fitting of this body to the top, and now this is going to be a little sus. I don't know if this is going to work actually. I think it's going to fail. Yeah, of course it does. Why of course? Because even though I revolve this, the surface is still slightly curving away, and I used a straight line, so that's of course not going to work unless, so a little cheat that I'm going to do. When did I mirror this? Yeah, all the way back here. Go like this and just do a move, copy bodies. So just move and scoot it in by like 0.01. So that's just shoving the surface inside a little bit. Okay, it is unaffected. So let's test combine. So this and that. Okay, so that does add now. So the question is, does this have any problems? Yes, it does. I'm just gonna do the same little hack. Move. Slightly in. Gotta reorder. And then see if that works. Okay, now that works. Now these should add with no issue. What? Is it the feet? It's the feet. Oh, that'll do it. Good. Alright, I'm trying to think of a smart way to take care of this other than cheesing it. Honestly, why not just move face and then trim the excess? Move face. So it does poke out a little bit. Just do that. Reorder. Combine. Now all of these should go together. They do. And that's kind of gross looking, but delete face. And okay. Oh god, why does it look like that? Not like this. I'm not really sure why it's not resolving that corner very well. Maybe if I just do this a little bit less lazily. Okay. And then delete face. That's not what I want to select at all. Clear. Oh, actually, the only artifact is this thing. What? What is that? Get it out of here. Why is it producing yet another artifact? That's so weird. Get out of here. Oh my. Oh, delete and... Oh, because it... Did I have it on tangent fill? Yep, I need to delete and patch sun. There we go. That's probably what was wrong with the other thing, too. So now we should just have 2 bodies. I don't know if this is how a cocktail shaker actually looks on the inside, but I did make it like a container that can be just nested in each other like that. And there I go with the perfectionism. There we go. Something like that. And that. Now it's smooth. Like my brain. Alright, there we go. I don't know if I'm going to render this one or just leave it as like SOLIDWORKS graphics. You know, there really is a charm to just like having plain old SOLIDWORKS graphics though. Alright, so let's get our final comparison. So let's grab some perspective. Modify perspective view. Turn that to 1 maybe. There we go. And I don't like this background very much. It's too busy. Let's just go with the, you know, the plain old all white studio. If I can find it. There it is. And then turn view, display, tangent edges removed. Honestly, not bad. Yeah, you could tell it's a little different, but it's mostly there. Yeah, so you'll be seeing this on the page pretty soon. I think it was a pretty cool multi-body exercise slash, you know, a lot of surfacing here, you know, similar to the jet knife that I did, you know, a couple episodes ago. So I think we're going to call the stream there. So thank you so much for watching. If you are watching and you're not subscribed and you liked what you saw and, you know, want to see more like it and mechanisms and other stuff like that, basically anything I've ever done is like fair game for the future as well. You know, please consider subscribing. I think you'll really like it here. And you can also catch me on my my other pages. You know, there's my LinkedIn as well. And of course my Discord that I very much love and cherish. I read the messages. I don't even if I don't have the chance to respond to you guys, like, you know, while I'm working and seeing you guys talk amongst yourselves in this and sharing all your cool stuff, you know, that really that is like the cool one of the coolest things to see. So yeah, let's keep it going, you know. So yeah, we'll call it right there. Bye guys. Have a great night.